Hello and welcome to Tasting with Mike and Matt. I'm Mike Veach and this is not Matt, but Rosemary Miller.
We miss you, Matt.
Yes. And Matt can't be with us today, so Rosemary was kind enough to fall in.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to taste a couple of products from Kentucky Artisan Distillers.
We were just there.
We were just there the other day. And
Mike went wild in the gift shop.
Right. And we got a bottle of their Bottled and Bond, Whiskey Row Bottled and Bond.
Oh, that's very good. We've had that
Yeah,
before.
we've had it before. And their 2023 release of their Whiskey Row, I think they call it their flagship.
Do they? Small batch?
Small batch.
Something.
But
It's a busy label on that.
yes. Well, the Whiskey Row, I first tasted this back when they first came out in 2020, I think.
I don't know.
When I opened the bottle and poured some, all I could say was, wow.
Yeah.
And I gave it to you, and you took a sip of it, and all you could say, wow. And it was really good whiskey. So the Bottled and Bond is made with 4 grains: corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley. And, of course, bottled at 100 proof, and it's 4 years old. And this is batch number 14.
Pop.
Yeah. I was glad to pick up another bottle of this because my other one's getting kind of low, and I don't want to be without it. You know, I drink very few whiskeys by choice on the that I go in and pick out, but this is one of them that I've, like I said, the bottle it's down to the last bit. I probably need to go ahead and finish it.
You should.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this has definitely got that same nose. Lots of vanilla, lots of fruit.
It's like
Apricots.
apricot or peaches or something
Yeah.
like that.
Apricots, peaches, maybe a little hint of cinnamon. Some oak.
Nice nose.
Nice nose. I love a good fruity bourbon.
Yeah.
This, and it promises to be.
You do love a fruity bourbon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a little bit of a corn, but then you get that apricot and caramel. A little bit of a cinnamon, nutmeg.
Finished with a strong oak for me.
Yeah, there's definitely some oak, particularly on the finish.
Not that there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
It's not overly tannic.
And I'm getting a little bit of that lingering corn on the finish too.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
But it's really a very nice sip of whiskey. Yeah. Jade Peterson, their distiller, is a very talented distiller.
He is.
And he makes this whiskey, and it's been very popular ever since they released it. Yeah, we paid, what was it, $79? What's
About 75, I think.
$75. That was at the distillery.
For the Bottled and Bond.
Yeah, for the Bottled and Bond at the distillery. And of course, by law, they have to sell it at the highest price,
Oh, okay.
available. So they aren't competing against liquor stores
Right.
for bottle sales. So you could probably get it for, $70 or less at liquor store. I don't know what Total Wine or
I don't know.
some
I
of
don't
those
know.
places have it, but it's worth it every penny. I'm happy to go to the distillery.
So this is basically 4 grain.
4 grain. And it's interesting because it's got Steve Thompson's signature on the back. Of course, Steve passed away.
Pay homage to
Yeah.
to Stephen Thompson.
Yeah, he passed away. He's the founder of the distillery and was the former Brown Foreman person that bought the distillery, bought the old ice cream factory, and turned it
out in
into
Crestwood, Kentucky.
Crestwood, Kentucky, and turned it into a distillery.
It's a nice little distillery.
He was a very interesting guy, great friend. He loved to collect stills, and he had some stills, like he had the old pot still from Brown Foreman that he bought.
Yeah.
And he had an itinerant still that he bought from the Cognac region.
I was going to say, it's French.
Yeah, it was a still that was on a wagon that they used to take around the different wineries to distill their Armagnac in.
Yeah, which you can see if you go out there.
Yeah.
They're also the bottler for Jefferson's Ocean, aren't they?
Right. And so as you can tell, we also picked up a bottle of the
Jefferson Ocean's rye while we were out there. That's an interesting, fun thing.
Yeah, but we're not going to taste that today.
We're not going to taste that right now.
Yeah. But we did get one. It's a very good whiskey as well. So the next one we get is their Whiskey Row small batch, 88 proof, no age statement, but it's a mixture of whiskey made in Kentucky and in Indiana. And they talk about on the back how on Whiskey Row became a center for all spirits distilled in Pennsylvania, Virginia, Kentucky, and the newly formed West Virginia. Don't mention Indiana. That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
But the whiskey would come downriver.
On your flatboat?
On steamboats, probably.
On steamboats. You'd collect up all that history, that whiskey from Indiana and Pennsylvania and Kentucky, and blend it together.
And they blend it together and would sell it down to New Orleans and further west, 19th century whiskey style. So this is interesting too, because I haven't had the 2023 Whiskey Row release yet. I've always liked everything they've done from the Whiskey Row series. So I'm looking forward to trying this. Oh, it's got that very similar nose to the Bottled and Bond in that it's got a lot of that fruit.
Something different, though.
Yeah. I'm getting French vanilla, apricot, oak.
Something.
I'm not getting any spice in this at all on the nose. And there is something different. Maybe a little tobacco, maybe? Like a pipe tobacco?
Marshmallow?
Marshmallow?
I don't know.
Well, let's taste it and see what it...
Burnt sugar and tobacco, maybe.
I'm getting
very light.
Yeah, very light.
Very light on the tongue.
But I'm getting that corn, like I got in the Whiskey Row.
A little bit of vanilla.
A little bit of vanilla. Definitely some apricot. And a little bit of allspice, I think, what the spice would be.
Mm-hmm.
With a little bit of oak. And maybe a little bit of tobacco.
That's what I get, tobacco.
Particularly on the finish.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Very good whiskey.
Yeah, it's good.
And this is only, what, $49.99?
Yeah, $49, $50. It's under $50.
Right. And like I said, this is at the distillery, so you probably get it cheaper, probably $45 or so at a liquor store.
I haven't checked.
But this is great whiskey. So, there you go.
Good whiskey.
Steve Thompson.
Steve Thompson. Cheers.